JAB, JAB, which stands for Just Absolutely Beautiful. It's an inspirational self-esteem builder that boosts confidence and decreases self-doubt.
I wanna be anything I can be. I am JAB, just absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I can be a teacher, I can be a scientist, a model, an artist, even a zoologist, an actor, a preacher, a basketball player, a chef, and a Olympian, even a mayor. Because I'm JAB, it's what I believe, what I
96.3 Jams, your home for Steve Harvey in the morning. It's your girl Yolanda Neely. It is Tuesday, so you know what that means. It's Breakdown Tuesday. Another opportunity to educate, inform, talk about, holla. Talk about interesting things in our community and interesting situations. And with me, I have a special guest, Miss Jacqueline Baker. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I am wonderful. And Miss Baker drove all the way from Camden County, so it's obviously something very special that we need to talk about on this wonderful Tuesday. And we're talking about the plight of our children.
Yes, we are.
And basically, what are some of the things that you're doing in the community, and especially in the Camden County area?
Right, that's correct. And the surrounding counties, such as Charleston County, which is Folkestone. I just like to just introduce my organization. It's a nonprofit organization called JAB, JAB, which stands for Just Absolutely Beautiful. It's an inspirational self-esteem builder that boosts confidence and decreases self-doubt. We support several causes such as anti-bullying, cancer patients, Down syndrome, etc.
Okay. So how did this organization come about?
Well, I am a person that like to propose ideas and present and represent opportunities. It first started, my daughter actually, she was a victim of bullying at the age of 4. She just actually had an incident maybe 3 weeks ago when a student came up to her in school and choked her. Yeah, but the schools, they did get involved. They were very proactive. I mean, bullying is such a huge factor in life. It's overlooked. A lot of schools, they don't want to be involved, and that's where I come in.
Okay. Now, how old is your daughter now?
My daughter, she's 14.
Okay, so 10 years ago, she's 4 years old, and she was bullied? Well, I mean, I don't even understand that kids know about bullying.
Yeah, at the age of 4, you'd be surprised, because I think that's where bullying starts from, at the home. Absolutely. I mean, at the age of 4, kids, they don't know about being bullied. All they know about is playing. That's it. That's all they know about.
Right.
So I really think it starts from home.
Absolutely. So what are some of the things that your organization is trying to do? I see you, again, you talked about Down syndrome, you talked about just different things. What is your most targeted situation?
Well, our targeted is bullying. What we wanted to do, well, first let me just let you know what we all participated as a community. Last year, what we did is we did participate in the 2014 Breast Cancer Awareness Program walk in Jacksonville, Florida. We also did a toy drive for 4 churches within the communities and the surrounding counties. We did do one with the church in Fernandina, Florida, which is New Jerusalem, Pastor Baker. We also did a toy drive at a church in Camden, where I'm from, and that is St. Baptist with Pastor Robertson. We also did 2 churches in Folkestone. One was St. Matthew's, Minister Green, and Mountain New Home, Pastor Alderman. So what we did as a community, we helped out the families that were less fortunate. So, and this was not government funding. Okay. This came out of our pocket. So, and also along with the help of the community.
Gotcha. I gotcha. So, and how are you gonna begin to target the bullying situation, and what do you guys? What's your organization trying to do as far as attempts to really make awareness of this in the schools?
Well, what we want to do is I want to have a JAB segment at school set up where it's once a month where we come to the schools and we educate the students on bullying and how it affects students. We also want to provide a documentary that we are currently working on right now, so the kids can have a visual of how this affects kids that's being bullied, whether they are suicidals or school shootings. You know, the kids, I think they'll get more understanding if they have a visual of what this does to kids, how it affects these kids when they're being bullied.
Absolutely. You know, I have a friend of mine in Nashville who's kind of doing the same thing, and she had a song, and she's doing a whole, you know, she's been trying to really, really do this, and, you know, getting the support and the funding for it has really been, you know, a difficult situation. And she's been moving and shaking around me from going to New York, going to different places. How can the community help you, and what is it that, you know, you would need from, like, I guess, the community to help,
Well,
just facilitate this?
We want the parents to get more involved. I mean, we have a lot of kids who are scared. They don't want to tell their parents. I mean, if you see the signs of your kids, one sign for my daughter was she would come home from school, go straight to her room. And I'd be like, well, what's wrong with her? I mean, when you see signs, get involved. Get involved in your kids' life. When I tell you, if you want to either go to our website, www.imjab.com, send us information. What we can do is we can organize a group where we can actually speak with these kids and educate these kids on bullying. I mean, that is something that we really need help from, is the parents. We need the community. It doesn't cost money. Change won't come unless you speak up.
Right. That's absolutely. We're going to play a song, and we'll come back and we'll talk to Jacqueline Baker. She's came all the way from Camden County. Again, what is the name of your?
It's JAB.
JAB, J-A-B. All right, we'll talk more with Miss Baker right here. It's Breakdown Tuesday, B-Town, B96.3 Jams. It's the new B96.3 Jams. It's Breakdown Tuesday. In the studio with me, I have Jacqueline Baker. Of course, we're talking about bullying. You know, kids bullying one another. We're talking about even on the buses and everything like that. You know, we made a very valid point off air about, you know, being bullied. The bus driver, poor bus drivers. I mean, to do that job, I have to commend them, because they got to keep an eye on the road, and plus they're responsible for all these kids on the bus. And again, you can't stop them from fighting and talking about people, and, you know, again, the parents need to kind of step up. And you made a very valid point. You know, some things that could be done by the school,
Right.
and, you know, you were telling, you know, saying like, okay, maybe they need to be written up and then suspended from the bus.
Absolutely.
Parents would have to find a way to get the kids to and from school.
Absolutely. I mean, we can't put everything on the bus driver. I mean, that is their job, to get the kids home safe. I mean, they can't be attentive to the road and the children at the same time. They do need supervision on the bus. And that is, I really think it would be a great idea to have a supervisor on the bus, and if a kid acts up, they misbehave, give them a warning. They do it again, expel them from the bus. This is an eye-opener for the parent to be more involved, because now you're inconvenienced because you have to find a route for your child to get to school because he's misbehaving on the bus. I mean, I really think that's something that the schools should really look into.
Yeah, but you know, you know, they're going to say, well, the budget doesn't call for this and the budget doesn't call for that. But you know, and I was telling you, when I was growing up in New York, I was bullied, you know, but I was bullied in the times when there wasn't social media.
Right.
You know, and I was just bullied because, you know, I was cute. I'm sorry. It's all about me. No, but seriously, I know. I remember my dad, you know, I had like show and tell or something, and my dad came up, and he just got out, he just got out the service. Or actually, he was just, I guess, kind of on a break and then he came up to the school. He was dressed in his uniform, and you know, according to Callie Cole, he looked like, you know, young Colin Powell. He had a whole his stripes and all this stuff. I'm like, he's stupid. I said, but you know, he came up there and, you know, he was, you know, a high-ranking enlisted officer. I mean, and that just said that was what he came up there to talk to the kids about, you know, being in the Army and being a sergeant major. Well, when he left, I never forget this girl. Her name was Melba. She came up. She said, "You're mine after school." Oh, and I'm like, "What did I do?" And she said, you know, and she used the word explicit. Your A is mine after school because you think you cute. You think you all of that.
Yeah.
And we go. I mean, literally, I was so scared. Kids had to, you know, the teacher had to literally walk me home, you know, because they wanted to beat me up because my dad came up to the school just to talk about the Army. And you'll be surprised. And she had about 8 or 9 brothers and sisters. Yeah, I was scared. I was like, oh, she's about to do that. But, you know, it's just one of my experiences I had. Didn't remember that until this time. I was traumatized. But, you know, we're laughing and joking about it, but it's in a whole new level right now.
It really is. It's social media. I mean, you have the kids now, they're filming what goes on the bus.
Yeah.
I mean, even though I know the schools, they always say it's the budget, but you have kids that's giving this to you. They're filming it. I mean, it's on the website.
Right.
I mean, this thing is serious.
It's very, very serious. So, you know, how can people get in touch with you? Maybe you can get parents come together with you.
Yeah.
You know, how can they get in touch with you?
You can get in contact with me. You can go to my website, which is www.imjab.com. That's IAMJAB, or you can also go on to my Facebook page.
Okay, and it's also the
It's
same.
also I Am Jab, or you can go to www.facebook.com/just absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely, indeed. Well, I appreciate you coming, you know, here, Jacqueline, and talking about this. It's a very serious topic. You know, I try to make a little light of it, but it's not a light situation. This is for real. And if you have kids out there, pay attention to your children.
Right.
Watch their behavior.
Yes.
If you see a certain change or a sudden change, something is going on.
It really
Just don't
is.
ignore it, or they're just having their moment. Obviously, or this is just a phase they're going through. Obviously, some things could be going on that you're not even aware of, and they may be afraid.
Right. And I just like to leave this with you all. This is what I tell my daughter every morning, and I have her say it until she believes it. Your only competition is your reflection in the mirror.
That's it. That's your competition. All with other girls and all other kids have
That's
to say,
right.
It don't even matter.
That's right.
That's what's up. Well, I appreciate you taking a little drive up to B-Town.
You're welcome.
But that means
Anytime.
this is important. This is absolutely
Very
important.
important.
So, you know, I'm so glad you could stop by Breakdown Tuesdays right here at B96.3 Jams. It's a pleasure meeting you as well.
Thank you.
All right. We have more coming up for you.